Good morning guys, it's Rachelle from Monoling Furniture in beautiful blue sky Sydney. Can you see the blue? Probably not. Anyway, today is part 2 of the buffet in Hutch. The buffet's getting it today. Let's have a look. Now I'm hoping this is quite a straightforward one because I've just learnt that we're painting this too, so everything's going to be black. It's going to look beautiful. A real statement piece. What do you think, Bailey? You're going to be camouflaged. So it doesn't really matter what the wood is, to be honest. There's a few scratches that I'll just sand out a little bit, but I don't need to sand the entire piece. I'll just smooth those bits out. Scuff sand it all. Take the hardware off, fill the holes, spray the hinges, put it back together. Sounds easy, doesn't it? I'll be back in 5 and it'll be done. Wouldn't that be nice? Might have a coffee first. Right, doors are off, drawers are out. I've actually filled these rather than planning on sanding it like I mentioned before. I'm not going to sand the tops, why would I just sand that? So I've just filled it with Dixie Belle mud. There's a little scratch up there, which I've done to there. Over here, I filled just the bottom hole. The drawer pulls had 2, or door pulls. By the way, Bailey. Had 2, so I've just filled the bottom hole. I used the top one. And filled the screw holes on the drawers too. So, wait for this all to dry. And then I can scuff sand and clean. Scuff sanding time. So I'm just going to go over the whole piece now. I don't need to sand the top because that's being painted. You can hear Bailey snapping at flies behind you. Stop it. Leave him alone. Thank you, Bailey. Here she is. She's joining me here. Right, so I'm just going to use the 120 grit off my sleek brushes roll. And I'm just going to scuff sand it all over. Literally just that much. You find that some people will clean it before scuff sanding it and then clean it again afterwards, and it does make sense because when you scuff sanding it when you haven't cleaned it yet, you can be sort of rubbing the dirt into it. I've never had an issue, but you know, you do you. If you think that's the best way to go, then do that. I'm liking not having to sand the top. Right, I'll get on with this. Come back when it's painting time. So I'll be cleaning with White Lightning, just because I've got lots of it. But don't forget that, so White Lightning is a TSP product. I know that Cats and Millie have just brought one out. I'm not sure if it's available yet, but I've seen that, I saw it on the Cats and Millie page, I think. Can't remember what it's called. I'm pretty sure it was cheaper than White Lightning. So we'll have a look at that anyway. If you go to Cats and Millie website, you'll be able to find it. Sorry, it's a bit noisy. Someone's doing a lawn. How rude. Painting time. I love this bit, especially with Pure Eco. Wonder how far this will go. So I've got about 150 mil left in here. Let's see how far we go with this. We'll just do this little bit. It's probably going to be a short video, this one, because it's not really much happening in it. Oh, it's such good coverage. I love it. I've been nice and relaxed doing this one today, not rushing around because it's quite a straightforward one. It's about 12:30 now. I could have had this one finished by now, really, because it's such a straightforward one, but I'm just relaxing. I'm trying to. You know, I'm not great at relaxing. So if I was using a different paint, on the top I would use my little mister, and to get a really smooth finish. But I don't need to with FURRY coat. I've done it on the top of a hall table before, a hall stand, and it just smooths out really nicely. So I'm just going to paint it as normal. I probably won't even add a top coat to it because it's got such a nice finish. So yeah, the carbon is so good. I've been getting a few PMs lately as well about the price of carbon, and I've just put a post up about it in the group. I've had lots of questions about it actually, because obviously I mentioned what I pay, which is $40 for a 600ml pot. But what you have to remember is, you know, all those that stock it, they're all their own little businesses. So they have to charge what works for them, and when they've got to cover their overheads. So as much as that's what I pay, you know, I get mine from Capriol, which is like $39.95, so you know, pretty much $40. But the $40 is the RRP, but like I say, others may charge more, and there's reasons for that. So don't hold it against them. It is what it is. We've all got our own little businesses to run. Right, I'm gonna get on with this. Right, this is it after one coat, and it is really, really smooth. But it is a hot day today, and it was drying really quickly, so I am going to use the spritzer for the next coat. So I'll get the camera set up for that. And then, yeah, just one more coat everywhere. What do you think, girls? One more coat everywhere, and then we're done. I haven't done the other sides. As you know, I do the front of the doors last. I don't want the front of them sitting while I paint the backs. I don't want the fronts to get damaged. It's easier to fix up the backs if that happens. She's going to be a beauty. Right, so I've got my mister. I didn't need to put that much on really, but better to be safe than sorry. Like I said, it dries beautifully anyway, but because it's a hot day, it's going to dry faster than normal, and I want to get the top as smooth as possible. So spritzing, that's the word I use, misting, whatever. And remember, this doesn't reactivate it, it's not chalk paint, it's just giving you a little bit of a longer life, a little working time, a little bit more working time. And this will just dry beautifully. Help you up this way a bit. I love this paint. I don't know if you've established that yet, but I love it. I mean, I love dark colours anyway, so it's always going to be good for me. But the fact that it just self-levels so brilliantly. I don't know what the special ingredient is. Maybe we need to ask LJ, Laurie, to tell us. Magic. And then we can pour it into all of our other paints. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? All the colours we'd have then if we could do that. See, this is drying really quickly today, and I could come back and play with that a little bit more. I don't want to. Oh, it's so good though. But yeah, I might come back and do a third coat on the top. Well, I will, because I know that I want extra work time. I want extra top coat on it, and I don't want to put a separate top coat on. But I don't want to overwork it. She says tapping, dab, dab, dab. I can see that bit's dry, so it's okay. Right, I'm gonna go and put the second coat on everywhere else, and then it's just putting the hardware back on, and she's done. Sweet. Right, I've just finished this pot, and I've all I've got to do is add another coat to the top of the front of the doors, and then it's done. So I think I used about 150 mil probably on this. Oh, flies do my netting. So yeah, that's really good. So the Hutch took about 400 mils. That's the difference when you've got to go inside. Like, I haven't done the inside of this, but going inside cabinets and Hutches, it really sucks up the paint. I think you probably put it on a little bit thicker because you're not so thoughtful about the application. But also it's drier in there. It absorbs it more. So yeah, pretty happy though. So a 4-door buffet and Hutch, I've pretty much done it with one pot. Good one. So I'm just going in with the final coat on the doors now, and I've switched from my sleek 38 that I cut off so it's easier to get into the shelves on the Hutch, and now I'm using my Unipro. Is this a 25? I think it's a 25 and an 18 that I've got. So this is the 25. Again, this is just from Bunnings. It's cheap, but it's a really good brush. Had plenty of wear, as you can see. So I've opened my second pot of carbon now. Luckily I ordered 2 for this job. I thought it would take more, but I'm barely going to touch the second one, so that's good. So I'm going to give it a little spritz. And I just prefer to use these on the doors because it gets into all these nooks and crannies easier. This is a really nice brush to hold as well, to be honest. But I hold all of my brushes really low. I don't know if anyone else does that. Right, so I'll just carry on with doing this. Then I just need to, I'll put the the doors back on, and then I have to wait for Gray to get home for me to put this with the Hutch, stage it and get some photos. I can't wait to see it actually, I'm really excited. I forgot I've got to do these, haven't I? I need some colour on them. So, silver again, obviously, same as the Hutch. Be careful not to lose your drill or your screws. Right, and I'm just going to use this to clean with. It's Global Colours, oh, what's it, isopropyl, I think. It's alcohol, it's cleaner anyway. So I'm just going to spray it on and then give them a wipe over because they're pretty filthy, to be fair. So I thought the alcohol might be a good thing to give it a go with. I haven't used it before. You will have seen me get this with my order. So I'm just gonna rub them off, give them a good clean, and then I'll spray them. The other ones were clean, they were fine. I just had to sort of rub them off a little bit. But these are filthy. Actually, I'm gonna get the wire brush on them, I think. Right, I'll just show you quickly. If you haven't watched the other one, I'll just do this one and I want to redo it anyway. So with this, so I'm using the Shortcuts metallic paint, the Krylon. This is the small tin, which is, I think it's about 85 grams, can't see. Anyway, just give it a good shake, and you don't need to go shh, just, God, that's come out really clean with that. I was looking at that then thinking it had already been sprayed. Look at that. Oh, you probably can't see, especially as I'm not pointing at the camera. That's come out really well. Right, okay. It has got such good coverage. Don't do what I usually do, which is shh everywhere. Right, and then go over the screws as well. Make sure you get the heads of the screws. So I'm just going to get my wire brush and give these a scrub on the inside there, as well as clean them. Then when they're dry, I'll go in with that. Couldn't find my wire brush, no surprises there, so I've just brushed them out with this, and now I'll go back in with this. This is really good. Let me show you. Oh no. Oh god, I've already sprayed that, idiot. Hang on, right, let me just clean this one and see how it comes off. Oh man alive. Oh, let me just compare this to the one I've already sprayed. Right, there, so that's cleaned. Can you see the difference on those? That's pretty good. Really good. So I'll just go on and do all of these. Don't forget when you clean them to open them out as well and get in there, and when you spray them. Right, I'm sure you don't need to watch me do all this. Okay guys, here she is, all finished, the buffet and the hutch. I say finished, it is finished for all intents and purposes. I just need to do some touch-ups on the glass, just do a little bit of scraping and some little spot paint areas all around. But this is pretty much it. I think she's beautiful. It was a big job, but it was worth it. I love it. Thanks for sticking around, guys. I'm going to go have a nice, well-earned rest now. If you could like and subscribe, that would be fantastic. Don't forget to head over to the Facebook group, which is Mono Lane Furniture Friends, and share all your hints and tips and jobs. I'd love to see them. Take care.